F1 versus F1b Goldendoodle. You might have heard these phrases before, but what do they mean? The world of poodle mixed dogs, like the Goldendoodle, has some pretty confusing language. There are so many different breed names, different ways to describe the coat color, coat type, and of course, the different ways you can describe the generations. If you've been looking to adopt a Goldendoodle, you'll probably have noticed that Goldendoodle breeders describe their dogs often as F1 or F1b. So what's the difference? There are significant differences between the F1 and the F1b Goldendoodle in terms of shedding, whether or not they're hypoallergenic, whether or not they look like a teddy bear, and even temperament and health. So let's get to it. The F in F1 or F1b stands for filial. You don't need to remember that. Essentially, the F or filial means the dog is a crossbreed. So every Goldendoodle is a crossbreed, so every Goldendoodle will have an F in front of its generation. F1 is shorthand for first generation Goldendoodle. This is an initial cross between two purebreds. This means a golden retriever is crossed with a poodle and it creates a 50% poodle, 50% golden retriever F1 Goldendoodle. You'll find F1 Goldendoodles everywhere, either on purpose or even as a happy accident. These are one of the most common types of Goldendoodle, but it does not mean that they are the best type of Goldendoodle. The appearance, shedding, and hypoallergenic coat are pretty unpredictable for any F1 Goldendoodle. This is because you're taking a 50% poodle characteristics and 50% golden retriever characteristics and putting them together. The end result can give you a puppy that has characteristics from either breed. So one F1 Goldendoodle might be poodle-like, it might be non-shedding, playful, or it could be more golden retriever-like and have all the energy and a shedding coat. You just don't know. So the characteristics of an F1 Goldendoodle, when it comes to coat type, it can be any of them. It can be wavy, it can be straight, or it can be curly. In terms of shedding, it depends on the coat type, so they can shed 100% or they cannot shed at all. That's just the unpredictable nature if you adopt an F1 Goldendoodle. There is the added benefit of hybrid vigor, which is a health benefit of crossbreeding, so they are fairly healthy dogs. And in terms of personality, well, it varies really widely. You're going to expect intelligence, ease of training, and friendliness. The poodles bring a whole heap of smartness. They bring non-shedding, and they actually really enjoy exercise. They love swimming. Golden retrievers are loyal, fun-loving, and really good with families. So this leads us to the F1b Goldendoodle. I get asked all the time, why are F1b Goldendoodles so popular? Why are they one of the most in-demand generations? Well, an F1b Goldendoodle is a whole new type of dog. The F in F1b still stands for filial. It is a crossbreed. The 1 still means it's the first generation, but it's the first generation of a new breed. That gets us to the B. The B stands for back cross. So you're taking a Goldendoodle, an F1 Goldendoodle, and you're back crossing it with either of the two parent breeds. So you're taking a Goldendoodle and then letting it have a puppy with either a golden retriever or a poodle. 99% of the time, it's a poodle. The back cross is almost always a poodle. This gives you an F1b Goldendoodle, a whole new type, a whole new generation of Goldendoodle that is 75% poodle genetics and 25% golden retriever genetics. The F1b Goldendoodle is your classic Goldendoodle puppy. It is the most in demand for most higher-end Goldendoodle breeders. F1b Goldendoodle traits. You're going to expect a wavy or maybe curly coat with that classic teddy bear look. They'll have furnishings, which is the mustache, and it gives it that classic Goldendoodle appearance. While no dog is fully hypoallergenic, it's about as close as you can get. F1b Goldendoodles are almost always non-shedding, and for those who do suffer from dog allergies, you're usually going to be okay as well. You still get some benefits of crossbreeding like hybrid vigor, but a little bit less of it because you're dealing with something that is 75% poodle. So health-wise, you're pretty much just looking at the same characteristics as a poodle. So if you want to compare F1 versus F1b Goldendoodles, F1b Goldendoodles typically shed less. Therefore, F1b Goldendoodles are typically more allergy-friendly and good in a household where a child or a family member may suffer from asthma. F1b Goldendoodles do need poodle-level grooming. So you don't need to shave them like a poodle, but every 6 to 8 weeks, they're going to need to have that coat cut, otherwise it gets very unmanageable. F1b Goldendoodles are going to look more like teddy bears. They're going to look more like lions. They're going to have that classic appearance compared with an F1 Goldendoodle. An F1 Goldendoodle will typically be cheaper. F1 Goldendoodles are still fairly expensive, but they often happen by chance. This also means you may be able to find an F1 Goldendoodle more easily at a shelter or an adoption center. And yes, F1 Goldendoodles do have more benefit of hybrid vigor, so technically they could be healthier, but both parent breeds, the Golden Retriever and the Poodle, are fairly healthy anyway. It is way easier to find a larger or giant F1 Goldendoodle than F1b. So if you're after a really stocky, strong or big dog, an F1's probably your pick. Which Goldendoodle generation do you find more interesting, F1 or F1b? I get asked about poodle mixed generations basically every day. If you have any questions, just fire them up below.